What's up, YouTube? What's up, YouTube? You know what I mean? What's going on? Day 20 of the 90 hard. You know what I mean? Let's get this first set of push-ups in. You did what I'm saying? Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. What's up? Hope everybody doing good, living good. You know what I mean? To each his own. I'm still gonna say grand rising, rich rising, even though I know it's in the afternoon time. Some of us maybe still just waking up from an afternoon nap or something like that. You know what I mean? I just want to come on here and say for the last day of the year, I dropped the ball this whole year. The past 2 years I dropped the ball being emotional, being attached to certain problems, certain situations that I can't change. Whew. You know, some of us do that though. We're always trying to control things we can't control, and the things we control, we put off. We lack structure, and most of all, lack discipline. But you know, it's all cool, to each his own. 2026 gonna be a year of winning, solidarity, isolation, you know, growth, prosperity, a lot of good stuff. But it also gonna come with new trials and tribulations. As everybody say, new levels, new devils. But I'm not gonna tell you my plans for 2026, but I can say that I plan on to get into a lot of different industries, as far as in real estate, e-com, what I'm doing now, creating content, online coaching, as far as in business coach, a mindset coach, and a fitness coach. You deal what I'm saying? You know, this year really just opened my eyes up to how far you can fall when you're not paying attention, when you're not being aware of everything around you and everything you got into or everything you into. If you're not fully focused and staying focused, it can fall quick. You can fall off real quick. And it either be financially, mentally, spiritually, physically, emotionally. So in 2026, I know I got to control my emotions, because I let my emotions get the best of me in 2024 and in 2025 that led me to where I'm at right now. But to each his own. Everybody gonna do good in their own way, because we all on a different path in our journey, right? So with my journey, like I said, I'm 34, have 9 children. I'm on child support, only with my first 2 kids though, not with all 9. All my children still in my life. I still take care of all my children. But it just, you know, when I was going as a younger, when I was 18, 19, making my first 2 children with my first baby mama, conceiving my first 2 children with my first baby mama, I was immature. I was childish. I had a childish mindset, and I was doing certain things that a father should not do, or a man in general should not do, and they led me to being on child support. So I respect that, and I don't mind that, because I do what I got to do for my children. I treat all my children the same, but I show up for all my children. That's what matters. Sometimes if you lacking finances, if you got time to spend with them, they'll cherish the time you got to spend with them, instead of just always trying to show up financially and don't got no time to spend. But you know, today December 31st, the last day of 2025. So a lot of people making New Year resolution. I don't have no New Year resolution. Like I said, today is day 20 for my 90 hard. I'm working out every day. I'm building my mindset back up, my energy, my body, and my business. That's the main thing I'm focused on right now. And a lot of people around me not focused on the same thing, or don't got the same goals in hand. I meant the same goals as far as in on a goal list or to-do list. So in 2026, I got to cut a lot of people off, and I got to let go of a lot of relationships, friendships, partnerships. I got to let go of a lot of these things, because we all don't got the same goals or the same ambition to reach those goals in 2026. And you know, hanging around the wrong crowd or hanging around the wrong people, that shit can bring you down. And I brought myself down this year as far as in relationship with my wife, because I was emotionally attached to the things she did, and I wasn't mature enough to get past it or to get over it so we can move along. And I stayed attached to it, and that caused a lot of arguments, a lot of problems, to where we at now. I'm not gonna speak on that in this video, but to be better, I might have to move along, and she go her separate ways, and I go my separate ways, and everything gonna play out. We still gonna be best of friends, and we still gonna make sure we show up for our children. Cause just because we not living together or being together in a relationship, don't mean we can't be great parents separately, or even great parents together, being cordial on terms for the children. And I done failed at a lot of stuff. I started credit repair. I repaired like 3-4 people credit, and then I stopped because once I made some traction in and made some money and gained a little momentum, I stopped because that's not what I really wanted to do. I just wanted to repair my credit, and a couple people I told so I can do them for free to try to start a credit repair business, but I didn't stick to it. So that's not out the window, but that's something I'm gonna revisit in 2026 with credit repair business. And you know, I'm a trader. I'm not a profitable trader because I haven't made no withdrawal yet. Yes, I won a couple trades, closed out my position, but I haven't made no withdrawals yet, so I'm not a profitable trader. But I've been trading for 2 years. I've been sports betting for 2 years. I am a profitable sports bettor. I have withdrew over $4,000 from sports bet and bought my children some things and paid some bills and all those things. So yes, I am a profitable sports bettor. I only invested maybe like $1,200 in sports, and I already withdrew over $4,000 within the 2 years. I know that's a long aspect and not that much money within a long aspect, but mind you, within them 2 years, my first 2 years sports betting, I wasn't placing a bet every day or every week or even every month. I just had one good month. Once I started putting in my implementation of how I studied the sports pit, and once I took it serious for 1 month, I made all my profit that month. So to each his own, you can take it how you want to take it. I still look at the sports and I still study, but necessarily I don't put in my money just yet because I'm catching up with bills and everything else. As far as in my bills, I have a low overhead and monthly bills because I stay in my family house. My family own their house, but I am $30K behind debt. As far as in, I have a car that's not it's not repo, but you can call it it's a charge off on my credit for like $18,000. I'm behind on child support for like $6,000. And I'm behind, it was something else. IRS. I owe them like $7,000 because last year when I filed, 2024 when I filed taxes, they saying it was audited because my kids changed school within the middle of the year, and the kids need to have the same address in the same school system if they saying they stand with me, which they did still stay with me, but we moved from one part of Atlanta to another part of Atlanta, which is from the west side to the east side, and they changed schools within the middle of the year, so they needed proof, and the proof I showed them, they did not accept, so they just fined me like $5,600, and you know, interest acquired, interest is added on daily or monthly or something like that. The more you don't pay it, so it done got up to like $9,000 because I really didn't get notified until like a year later. They fined me in 2024. I wasn't notified until 2025, which was last year, and I didn't file last year, so that's another penalty. So it's not all the way 30,000 in the hole. It's round off to maybe like 25, 26,000. I just asked the extra 4,000 so I just can even it out. So once I do run up this bad this year, I can go on and be having the mindset to be willing to pay out 30,000 to catch up with everything. So you got to be willing to pay off your debt to catch up with everything, because you don't want to start investing into yourself and investing into the stock market, starting a business, and all these other things when you having baggage behind you. That's like trying to climb up the ladder with 500 pounds of bricks in the bag. It's going to be hard to climb up the ladder. You still can, and it's going to be a great workout, but it's just going to be harder. So why choose the harder way when it's already hard in life? So as you climb or invest into yourself, don't try to start off real fast, or me telling myself this, don't start off with a heavy amount, with a large amount. Start off small, but stay consistent, because the main goal right now is to pay off the debt. So when you do pay off the debt, the compounding of the growth that you is investing, it'll triple up real fast. That's just my story on my end. You did. Let me change the view. But that's just my story. You did on that part. But financially, I already was a millionaire from the streets, from selling marijuana. You did what I'm saying? I was doing numbers. And if you don't believe me, I can throw a couple pictures up You see what I'm saying? So it's like I was making $7,000-8,000 a day profit every day, and I was doing it for like 6-7 years until I mentally clocked out. I didn't go to jail, do no long time. I didn't get robbed. I didn't get kicked out the block. I wasn't bullied or paying dues or anything like that. Mentally and spiritually, I just wasn't in it no more. So like 3 years ago when it started to die down completely, I just started telling myself I'm not gonna try to keep buying more and more. I started buying less and less and started telling my clientele or my customers, however you want to look at it, certain days I had a whole lot and I tell them, look, I'm waiting on it. And that'll kill a lot of traffic. Sometimes I up the prices knowing I didn't want that much just to kill a lot of traffic. So I slowed my own, I can say trap, but I slowed my own trap down because mentally and spiritually I wasn't into it no more as I was in the beginning. And maybe because I already touched a lot of money and I knocked off a lot of things for my children. They were going shopping every day, every week, head to toe, fresh as hell, name brand clothes on, J's head to toe, Adidas head to toe, Puma, whatever. I ain't go to designer, I just went name brand. I ain't got a cap, I ain't got to try to put on the flex. So we're making $7,000-8,000 every day just on the minimum, $7,000 a day for 30 days. That's $210 profit a month. So in 5 months, I already done touched $1 million, saved $1 million, blowed $1 million, however you want to look at it. Because as the money was coming in, I was spending the money. I didn't save nothing. You know, that's a lack of financial literacy, a lack of wisdom, and it being stupid by risking my freedom. And I didn't get nothing out of it as far as in saving it to grow or to put in something else for the future. So when I do decide to clock out mentally out the street, off the block, I ain't got to be doing nothing else. So that's one thing I did not do. I wasn't into it for the money, and it sounds weird because I was making a lot of money, and the reason I got into it because I couldn't feed my son. So I decided to do that, and it didn't take off right away, but by the second or third year, I was doing like $5,000-10,000 a month, and then it started to just grow and grow. The more consistent and the more better product I stayed with, because I stayed with better product than anybody around me, so that's how I grew so fast. So I know product placement, I know how to stay consistent, I know how to start from the grounds up, I know how to get out free things or free testers to get your clientele going, to get your traction going, to gain some momentum. And I also know how to be in front of competition that's been had their name and their personal brand out there in the streets or on the market, and you got to compete with them, and you got to stand fast and stay fast and stay consistent, and you also got to have an open mind and a good heart to have that customer service to really understand the customer's always right. Even though you probably just made $10 today and you've been out here all day, but you got to understand the customer's always right no matter what they complaining about or what's their reason. You got to be a businessman and a boss man to understand the customers is always right. We in the business of making the customer happy so they can continue to return. You want to have a recurring customer, like a subscription-based customer, but they come in every day. So it was easy to do it with drugs because once you smoke a blunt, you know, a couple hours, if you're addicted or if you got a bad habit in smoking, you're going to want to go back again, especially if it's good weed or if you got a crowd or anything like that. Y'all know how weed smokers is. So that was a good business. But now I done got out of that. I ain't doing it no more. It's been like 3-4 years since I did it. But I made millions from it. I touched millions, I made millions, I didn't save it. I touched it, spent it, made it, touched it, spent it, read up, spent it. It was fun while it lasted. So I already got the mindset on how to build a business, what to do, but I was my employee. I did have other employees working for me, moving packs and shit, but moving my packs out my spots and my location. I didn't get their own spots and do all that, so I didn't get too big in the totem pole with that as far as in having people under me. But I did have employees where I was paying out every day and paying out weekly. And I had a dough man. So I know how to run a business. I know how to grow a business from the bottom. I know how to take losses. I know how to give away free shit to build momentum, to build a clientele. I know how to take others' clientele when they're not doing a good business deed or being a good businessman or a good business person. I know how to do all that. But the past 2 years, when my girl cheated on me, it kind of caught me off guard because, you know, as you making that much money, you thinking the girl ain't finna do this. She supporting you. She helping you move the pack every now and then, you know, 5-6 years ago when things were good. And certain other things going good. She arguing about the kids. You ain't spending time with the kids, but you making it work because you bringing home so much money. So eventually them arguments get overlooked or get shadowed over, get walked on. So you really ain't stunned what she's saying as far as you ain't spending time with the kid because you know you making a sacrifice to make the money because you got to be in the street to make the money. You can't be back and forth being a daddy, a house daddy, and a street nigga at the same time to try to make the ends meet. But we got past that. But I didn't pay attention to how she was as a person mentally or spiritually or physically because I was so focused on me and the money. I wasn't focused on the whole household, the family. I think that the family I was building, I thought I wanted to build, which I did build, but it didn't go the way it supposed to go. We got married 2 years ago, so I've been married for 2 years, almost 2 years, like a year and 18 months. I mean, a year and 10 months, 8 months, something like that. But I just don't see this growing nowhere because I'm going down a path and picking a path in my journey that she don't necessarily want to pick right now. And it could be we not meant for each other now, or I taught her all that I could teach her, and it's meant for us to go our separate ways so we can be better for the kids separate instead of causing harm to the kids, being together, arguing every day, and with the wrong ambition, the wrong aspect. You know, to each his own, man. Like and comment if y'all like the storytelling. But it's just part of my story. And this part of what I'm finna do in 2026, why I got so much ambition to become a billionaire, to reach $1 billion. Not in 2026, but I'm on a goal to building $1 billion brand, a personal brand to $1 billion. That means we'll jump into different industries, like I said in the beginning of the video, real estate, e-com, I already trade and do sports betting, content creation, online business coach, fitness coach, a mindset coach, and things of that nature. I'm not gonna name everything. I'm not gonna name my financial goals in each aspect of different industry, but just giving you a little overall aspect of what my plans would be. Just because I already done touched $1 million overly. Like if you're doing $200,000 a month for 12 months, that 2+ million, they're like 2.4 million a year. And I just told y'all I was doing it for like 6-7 years with no hiccups. Like my dog got kicked in, my girl was in the house at the time. My wife, she was my baby mama at the time. I had just left to go do some shit, and the police kicked the door in. They gave her like 30 years, and like they were trying to charge her. They charged her with some guns, some weed, some pills, but they ain't find a gun. We had guns in the house, but they ain't find a gun. They found weed, pills, and some money, and they tried to charge her with that because we were right here in front of a bad location. I ain't gonna get into that, but so she was facing 30 years or whatever. So I got a good lawyer, or whatever. She beat the case because that was her first charge and all that shit. So she beat the case. She went on probation, had to do some community service. We paid all that. I paid all the monthly fines and all that. She did her community service. Everything was good. She off paper. But she always held that against me like, nigga, I took a charge for you. And like I was telling her, you did not take that charge. You were just caught up at the wrong time. Taking the charge for somebody is, if I get arrested, you step forward and say, no, that's not his. You claiming it and don't lock him up because it's mine. That's taking the charge. But being caught at the wrong time at the wrong place and you not opening your mouth, that's not taking the charge. You just being loyal and showing loyalty by standing 10 toes. So I can't give her kudos and I salute her for standing 10 toes. She did not say that. She ain't break her bend when she heard them 30 years. She ain't frown or that. She was just gonna face the shit. And I wasn't gonna let her face it. Of course I was gonna keep fighting for her. But luckily God had everything planned out where she ain't had to do no time more than I think a couple of days. She came home, probation, community service. We paid everything in like 2 years. She was all paperwork. But every argument it go back to, nigga, I took a charge for you. Nigga, I did this for you. But now I got past that argument, even more shit done happened, and it's just like argument over argument. And you know, with arguments, emotionally, once you been attached to the argument, you get emotionally cut even deeper and deeper. So you hitting below the belt, you saying shit you don't want to say, and you saying shit you really can't apologize for saying, because once you say certain shit, you know it's hard to say I'm sorry without you really feeling fake that you being sorry because you really meant what you said. And one thing about it, a pissed off person and a drunk person mean what they say, so you got to pay attention to when they talking. But yeah, so that's my plan. So for the past 2 years, just the overall sum everything up, for the past 2 years, I've been chasing the job. I've been chasing all these jobs. I've been quitting on jobs. I've been getting fired. I done had car accidents with truck driving jobs, with moving I was driving a reefer, moving fresh produce and vegetables, and I got in an accident on my first week there. I couldn't even get to the whole 2-week payout job, so I only made like $500-600 with the 3-4 days I was working, instead of working the whole 2 weeks to get a full payout. So it was like, I've been working at a traffic control job. I worked at CarMax for a car detailer for late night, and I had 2 jobs at the time, so I quit that job because by the time I had to get off from traffic control, I had 1 hour to get to Norcross, from Atlanta to Norcross, to go to my car wash job, which was CarMax. And I was on a bus then on city transportation, and it'd take me like 1 hour and 45 minutes. So I was late every day, which they kept being on my ass about, but I stay overtime to help and clean up and help everybody else. When my car leave, when I get done detailing, they give you 3-4 hours to detail the car. I move fast and I overly work, so I always get done like 2.5 hours. So I have like 1 hour extra on my window to detail the car, so I go help somebody else with detailing their car. But just everything didn't work out this year. All the jobs I had, I was just working for FedEx, doing some FedEx and UPS, not UPS, but FedEx and Amazon delivery. It wasn't working out. I was doing like 30 to 50 deliveries a day. I was showing up 3 minutes late from the last package to the last drop-off location. And I did it multiple times, and they just emailed me like, man, you're not meeting our requirement. You showing up 2-3 minutes late, and we need every package on time. But I was telling them this is my first time in this area. I don't know these big apartments. They didn't want to hear the excuses, so they let me go. I understood it. I didn't get mad. I changed my point of view about it because I was running back and forth in the hallway just to make sure I deliver package on time. I took it as in God know my work ethic. He know I always try to over-deliver. And just because I over-deliver on this job, my pay not going up, my hourly overtime not going up, nothing's going up, so this is not his play for me. So he took me out of it. I may be looking at it like I feel short, or the company may be looking at it like I feel short on the timing, but I feel like spiritually overall the Most High took me out of it because he know I'm meant for better and I'm worth better because I'm willing to do the work. So in 2026, I'm gonna focus on building myself back up, you know, as far as in fitness and mental and spiritually, because like I said, the last 2 years just been emotionally attached to being cheated on and been falling short on a lot of shit, not being able to leave my house thinking she might have somebody over and all these things, just being weak as a man, being emotional instead of letting that shit go and focus on the money. But right now, for the past maybe I want to say 2 months, I've been focused on the money, getting shit in order, paying shit, fixing the house, buying new kitchen countertops and things of that nature, getting rid of the old refrigerator, buying new appliances, things like that. And I still got to make sure I get some money to go shopping for my kids so they can go back to school because they start back school next week. So I got to make sure I do that, and that's going to get done. So I got to go buy a lot of shoes, a lot of clothes, get a lot of hair done, a lot of hair lines, a lot of lineups, things like that. We're going to make sure we get that done. Let's get the third set in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. You know, depending on what you want in life, you gotta make sure you do everything you gotta do to get it. So I believe I can build a billion-dollar brand. I believe I can reach billionaire status just because of the things I already went through in life. And I believe, like I heard yesterday on the podcast, if you want these big old goals and you aspire to be on this type of level, you gotta understand the Most High is gonna put you or allow you to go through certain things in life to prepare you for the bigger problems that will be on that level once you reach it. Because you will reach it if you never give up and if you have faith. So I'm breathing hard, y'all. They let you know I smoke too many cigarettes. Even if today day 20 and I just only been tapping cigarettes here and there, I still been smoking so many cigarettes in my past. Even with 25 push-ups, I gotta work on my breathing. So I'm gonna work on a lot of cardio, as y'all gonna see me implement in future workout videos. A lot of cardio, a lot of going to the gym. But right now, like I said, I'm just a little nature, so I'm outside. They basically like the first 30 days gonna prepping my mindset and body to get ready to knock out the last 60, but also preparing me mentally to understand I must let these cigarettes go and what I'm doing have a good reason and have a good purpose. But to get back to the story. So yeah, so if you want this much out of life and you want to put yourself on this level and you know you got to come through here, but you're going through problems right here that's already beating you up financially, spiritually, and emotionally, and you complaining, you asking for help, and you ain't getting help, and you feel like the devil on your back and your back against the wall, what you expect when you get to this level, what type of problems you're going to face. So it's all a preparation thing, so you can't look at like, I'm going through a lot of problems and this ain't meant for me, or I'm not strong enough. No, you're not strong enough yet. That's why you're going through shit right now to build you up mentally. Like, I'm glad I'm going through a relationship problem with my first wife, meaning I do want to get married again, but with my first wife, because now I can see what aspects a woman should bring to the table in the beginning of a relationship or friendship before we even get that deep to try to talk about marriage or anything. Like I said, I wasn't paying attention. I was just focused on the money, and I was just letting things, I was overlooking a lot of things just because the money was so good and I was making the money. It wasn't no sense to start an argument for this or question this belief or question this truth or why you don't read the Bible or why you don't believe like this like I do. It was just, okay, you a good mother, I'm here making the money, so we're going to make it work. Eventually we'll come to some type of understanding. And it never got like that because the communication was lacking a whole lot of aspects in the communication. So that's my fault. I take all the problem with that. It was my choice to make 7 kids with her and to marry her after she cheated on me and found out after we got married, but that was my fault. So now it got to be my choice. I got myself here so I can get myself out of here. But it's still a test. It's preparing me to deal with bigger problems, bigger circumstances, and more trials and tribulations in the future because I want to build I want to build a $1 billion brand or become a $1 billion person. And I know I can do it. I'm not going to start until I do it. Like I said, I'm 34 with 9 children. There's been a lot of billionaires that started later than me and earlier than me and have reached multiple billions, multiple hundreds of billions of dollars company, equity in their company, or whatever the case is. So I know I can do it. Once I see it be done, I can do the same thing, even if it's in the same industry or a different industry. Like, I'm good with numbers, I'm good with reading, I'm good with spiritual aspects, spiritual understanding, spiritual awareness, spiritual beliefs, spiritual truth, grounding, loving yourself, teaching each other, learning. I'm always a student. I'm a nerd at learning. I got a lot of how can I say it? A lot of attributes that I bring to the table, and some say they is the table, but a table is not. Only a table ain't meant for them just to hold up everything that's worth something. A table's worth is only to hold up something that's more worthy than a table. That's it. So I'm everything that you can bring to the table. And if a woman try to tell me she's the table, I can go without that. I can just build my own table. You did what I'm saying? I'm not trying to build you. I will help you get to a better person mentally, spiritually, and physically. But you also got to want that and be already on the journey to get that. And that's where I lacked the awareness into that, because I was younger, I was immature, and I was losing financially. I just wanted the money. That's when I had 3 children, and now I got 9. The money was good. The kids went shopping, had a lot of experiences, a lot of memories. Like my first baby mom right now, she don't even call me when I don't pay child support because the money was so good. She just be like, okay, whenever he pay, he gonna pay. Or if he don't pay, he know he still gotta buy clothes and shoes. He gonna do that whenever. She don't even be on my coattail about that, because I do take care of my kids. Now, as far as in paying my bills on time, I'm 34 and I still have a problem with that because I'm immature with certain things, because I decided to take my kids on shopping sprees instead of paying my bills. But now going in 2026, I'm putting all my bills on auto pay, building my credit up, and gonna put all my bills to one credit card, so I'm gonna auto pay the credit card, then attach that credit card to my business checking account. So when the business make money from the checking account for the direct deposit, it go automatic to my credit card, which gonna automatically pay my bill. So now I just can live without thinking about a bill, because now everything get automatically paid for. So it's maturing up, it's leveling up, and picking you for 2026, but also picking you intentionally with every aspect of life. Because, you know, not only financially, but you can have all the money in the world, but if your spirit is unclean and you unclean as a person, you just got a bad heart and you got bad addictions with drinking or smoking weed or doing powder or doing heroin or just lusting after bitches, and you always tricking off, you still ain't gonna have a great life just because you got the money. So the money is not the whole aspect of the thing, but it's a very important aspect of the whole story, but it's not the most important aspect. The first and most important aspect to get your heart, mind, and spirit and soul right with God first. That's the first aspect. Without that, you can do nothing. I don't even want to hear it. If you're not trying to work on your spirit, your mindset, your understanding, your clarity, your spiritual awareness, you can miss me with everything. I'm not even trying to talk to you, be friends with you, or do any business, serve you, or get served from you. You got to have the Most High in your life and have him leading your life first and foremost. After that, yeah, now we can chase the money and get everything else, because the family got to be taken care of. Let's get the last set in, the wind starting to pick up. I don't mean to talk y'all ears off and be, you know, back and forth over this topic, that topic. I'm just giving y'all a little full story on how I got myself here, the lack of awareness, bad decision making, overlooking a lot of things, and now how I'm going to get myself in a better position and becoming and building a $1 billion brand. A lot of people scared to start because they don't know where to start. They don't know how to start. Once they get the how and why done, now they don't know when they should start, because the people that around gonna talk about them. The people that around gonna laugh at them. Laugh at me, talk about me. They're just giving me more fuel to the fire to keep going. You another person I gotta add to the list who I'ma shit on. Not shit on physically or verbally, like I'm buying that house just so I can shit on you. I'm wearing this outfit around this crowd so I can shit on you. I got this $100,000 chain on, this $200,000-$300,000 watch around so I can shit on you. No, I'm talking about shit on you to the point. Every time you open up Instagram, you're gonna see me or my businesses posting. You can't hide from it. Even if you stop following me, even if you block me, you still gonna see somebody shout me out. You get on Twitter, the same thing. You get on YouTube, the same thing. You get on Facebook, the same thing. You get on TikTok, the same thing. No matter how much you don't like me, no matter how much you don't fuck with me, no matter how you pray against me, you pray for my downfall, it would never happen. I will always have faith in me. I will always send love out to everybody. And the more hate you send toward me, it's only gonna come back to you. Each one teach one. You know what I mean? How you do one thing is how you do everything. And that's not how, that's the saying I learned this year, learning on Instagram. A lot of people say how you do one thing is how you do everything. But when I was on the block, being active, that's how I was doing everything. I was waking up to the block every morning around 5. If I get to the block at 5:05, I'm pissed off at myself. I start off free, no money every day, not even enough to get no cigarette, no blunt, no honey bun, cause that's what I eat in the morning, no energy drink. Nothing, only just product. Before 12 o'clock, I have $1,100-$1,200 in my pocket every day. Before midnight, I done read up on a $3,600 pack and I spent $3,600 again. And if you can do your math, 36 plus 36 is 7,200. That when the bags with 3,600, the bags of marijuana, the pound of marijuana with 3,600. I ain't gonna go into too much detail with that. But that was years ago. And I ain't the one to try to live off to say, oh, I been did this. That's what I used to do. No, I know that's what I used to do. I'm just letting you know, having that ability to do it back then illegally around them type of people, you know what mindset be on the block. And for me to thrive and to get to where I was on zero and to get to where I was in that many times without having too many hiccups, police or robbers or anything like that. Imagine what I can do trading. Imagine what I can do sports betting. Imagine what I can do with an e-com product. Because all I need is a product that I believe in or that I use, and it's going crazy. Imagine what I can do with content. Because my phone is the product. I'm the product. All I got to do is record and be consistent, be raw, be authentic, and deliver quality videos. Pay somebody to edit or learn editing, and then that's another business. That's another agency you can create to do short form editing or long form editing for anybody else who's trying to promote or market their business on any social media platform. So anything you do for yourself, you learn, you use it for you. Once it started to benefit you, now you can teach it to anybody else so they can learn it. And that's also while you teach it, you can charge it so it still benefits you. So once you learn something one time, now you learned it, now you making money from it, and now you teach it to somebody else, and now you charge them to make money from you by teaching to them. So everything is a whole spiral effect, but you got to understand it start with you, and you got to pick you. So the whole overall message of this video is 2025, I lack awareness, I lack accountability, and I lack decision making, the right decision making, because I was so stuck emotionally on why I got cheated on. I'm too good of a person, I'm too good of a father, why she disrespecting me, why she saying these things, why she standing in my house and talking to me like this, and put my feet down and verbally arguing back, trying to compromise. I'm the man of the house, or my position of being the man of the house. But in 2025, I'm just focused on me. I'm not arguing with nobody. I'm not going back and forth. It's what I say goes, and if you don't like it, you can move on, or I'm gonna move out your way. It's one of the other way, cause I see what me being compromising with a woman can do to me financially, and it's not a pretty aspect. I'm not gonna be like, you can put that woman first. That little song right there. I don't want to be that picture. Once you put a woman first, you're gonna be fucked up. I done learned that. I done seen that. My mama died. My father did. My brother died. My grandma did. My auntie died. And since I've been with that woman, my grandma passed away since I've been with her. My auntie died and my mama died, and I still haven't been able to shake none of that off and use that pain to get back on my shit, because in my everyday life, if I'm facing is someone I'm arguing with every day, somebody that don't respect me in my household, and somebody just ain't got no mutual understanding on where I'm trying to go with my lifestyle, because they so comfortable or so okay with being regular or being average. I'm not okay with being average. I'm trying to be extraordinary. And a lot of people okay with being ordinary, but I also understand to be extraordinary, I gotta be able to control my time, control my emotions, control my decisions, and make the best decision. Go around the right people, be around righteous people, have a righteous mindset, and most of all, have a righteous heart with righteous intentions about everything I do. And I know it's not gonna start out perfect, or I'm not gonna end perfect, because none of us perfect. No matter what path we choose in life, we not perfect. We just here to learn what we forgot and to get back, to get better and get more spiritually connected to the Most High. So when we die or clock out, we can go back home. You know what I mean? We can go through them pearly gates. But hope y'all got some out the video, man. You know, like I said, today is December 31st. Today is day 20 on my 90 hard. I'm not stopping. I quit it on myself this morning. I did wake up an hour after my wake up time, but I still didn't work out. I said I was just gonna go back to sleep because my back was hurting, and it really was hurting. But no excuses. Y'all see, I just did my last set of push-ups. I just got that thing in, and we're gonna do what we gotta do, and we're gonna keep going. So I'm gonna do one more set just to make sure I get it in, and then we're gonna end the video like that. To each his own. Let end 2025 on a banger, and understand we're gonna put ourselves first so we can make ourselves first. You deal what I'm saying? What's up?
15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Hey man, love you, love yourself. Pick you and pick God first. Let 2026 be one of the best years yet.